This is Jennifer Litz at the NRA Show 2010 here with Mark Begelman, CEO of Pizza Fusion. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing well. We were chatting. It's a little bit cold, but other than that...
It's a little bit cold, yeah.
Well, other than that, it's been a great show so far. Pizza Fusion is sort of the poster child for, I think, the green movement, maybe sustainable as well. I know those terms people don't really understand them as well as they could, but from this show, is there anything that you saw that really sort of you thought was innovative in terms of green or inspired you? What do you think of that showing here so far this year?
You know, I think one of the things that I've seen, and it's not one thing in particular that stands out, but I have seen an infinitely greater emphasis on green product, just generally speaking. And it's nice to see that. Sometimes it's a debate as to who's greenwashing and who's actually green. But at the end of the day, as long as there's a top-of-mind awareness for the environment, for sustainability, for who wants to make the effort to be green, this show seems to have a greater emphasis than I've ever seen before on green product sustainability, the environment, and at least a top-of-mind consciousness as to the green world, if you will.
And you mentioned greenwashing. That has been a popular topic at this show with the GRA, the Green Restaurant Association, and the NRA's new Greener Restaurants program. So I think that kind of alludes to the consumer a little bit. What are you all seeing from your concept? Some questions from consumers, what questions they have about what's green, what's sustainable, and what do they want out of green restaurants?
Well, actually, what we've seen, it's slightly different than that. And what we have seen is customers first demand great food. You know, and that's a given. And by the way, it is Pizza Fusion's focus. First comes the food. There needs to be a reasonable value associated with it. Of course, we're all organic, so our food's a little more expensive, but it's fresh, it's delicious, and that's what we pride ourselves. But the most interesting dynamic as it relates to a consumer is 63% of our customers tell us that good food first, fair value second, and if you are a green business, 63% will be more inclined to patronize you than not. So within the context of that, it's really not, and we don't do it to be for business purposes. We do it because we think that it's important for somebody to take a leadership role in whatever industry you're in, set that tone, be a good socially conscious citizen, and if the businesses don't step forward to do it, who's going to do it? So part of it talks to, yes, it's more expensive to be green, it costs green to be green, but at the end of the day, it is a nice thing to hear a consumer say, if you are a green business, we are more inclined to patronize you, all those other things being equal.
And that's interesting. I saw that the GRA just came out with a survey that involved Technomics about what consumers think of green and what percentage of consumers want green, that sort of thing. When you say 63%, are you talking about that survey or your own polls that you all have done or sort of informal polls, that sort of thing?
You can hold it this time. Okay. It's that survey. It's a national survey. It's not our internal survey.
Yeah, just clarifying there, because I think that survey on what people think is green and think of green is a little bit newer in the restaurant space. I guess my next question would be, what can we expect from Pizza Fusion in the near and long-term future?
Well, in terms of sustainability, not a great deal. You know, we wake up every single morning wondering what we can do to walk our talk. You know, and it's interesting. You know, it becomes a personal thing. Each one of us in the company walks the green talk, whether you're driving a hybrid car yourself or how you live your life. But I think we're deeply conscious of being a leader in this industry. We do it not from a business perspective because it's simply the right thing to do. So it's not like we can say, you know, going forward, we're going to have hybrid cars that we deliver on, which of course we do today. It's just an ongoing process. And I like that. You know, there's an evolution that takes place. And as more people come up with more green product, I'd like to think Pizza Fusion is going to be on the leading edge of those products and what we can do to innovate and walk that talk.
Well, thank you very much, Mark. Is there anything else we can cover you'd like to talk about?
No, I think it's. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate this. Appreciate Fast Casual and all the things you guys do, and I'm delighted to be part of it.
Very much. Thank you very much. Jennifer Litz signing off.